You know it's going to be a good day when I'm able to talk about some Mr. Beast drama. Now, it's been quite a while since he found himself into some drama, which is extremely rare, because I think we all know that people just love to be angry at Mr. Beast every time when he decides to do something, even when it's something that's not really that much of a big deal, like he will just go and make a tweet on Twitter, tons of people will be mad at him, and it will start a whole internet drama that everyone is going to be talking about, even though at the end of the day it doesn't really matter. But this time, Mr. Beast ended up getting himself into some pretty huge drama. And I'm not even saying that as a joke, like, huge Mr. Beast situation. Like, no, this is actually pretty serious, and he could be in some pretty big trouble. Now, all this drama starts with his food brand, Feastables. Man, every single time when Mr. Beast tried to get inside of this market space, it just always ends terribly. I mean, first he had Mr. Beast Burger, his whole fast food restaurant that he decided to open, and he's kind of trying to delete it from existence. Like, he doesn't really talk about it anymore. And I'm pretty sure every time when someone brings it up, the whole, like, Mr. Beast community on the internet just kind of pretends that, yeah, this never happened. Let's just not talk about it anymore. I know some people have posted pictures of them eating the food on Twitter, but those pictures just don't exist. They're Photoshop. They probably bought something like McDonald's or something, and they just pretended that it's Mr. Beast burgers. But that ended really badly, and it even had a giant lawsuit, which was another big Mr. Beast drama that I just didn't talk about. And I don't really know why, because every time when this man gets himself into anything, I always talk about it. I guess past me just didn't really care about it at the time. But this time, he got himself into another lawsuit with Feastables. Now, all of this started with one of his flavors, which is called These Nuts. Now, obviously, he decided to name it that because it was a very big internet meme. I think we all know the clip where the guy is sitting down calling something, and then the lady on the phone says something, and the person's response is going like, "These nuts," then he says, "Got him," then he starts laughing. I'm pretty sure we all know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go and show you the actual meme because I don't care enough to go and find it, but we have all seen it before. It's an extremely legendary internet clip that people are still kind of using to this day, not as much as they used to, but you may see the laugh sometimes when you're on the internet and you're watching a highly edited video. But Mr. Beast saw that meme, knew it was extremely popular, and decided to name the flavor of one of his chocolate bars These Nuts. He made an extremely big marketed campaign, everyone was talking about it, and when the flavor came out, it was probably the most popular flavor he ended up releasing, and a lot of people were rushing inside of stores so they can get the beautiful taste of these nuts inside of their mouth as they go and chew it, and it goes inside of their body and fill it with nutrients. The beautiful, beautiful nut of Mr. Beast. And we all thought that that was going to be a common Mr. Beast W. Everyone was going to be happy, and nothing could go wrong. Well, apparently, him naming the flavor that is probably going to be one of the biggest mistakes he's ever going to make in his own career. Because we ended up learning that these nuts already exist. Yes, there's already a whole brand that's called that. And the person who ended up owning that brand is not really that happy that Mr. Beast kind of just politely borrowed his name, and he has decided to file a lawsuit against him. Yes, Mr. Beast ended up getting himself into another lawsuit, which isn't really that surprising. I mean, when you get extremely popular, I'm pretty sure you're guaranteed to get sued at least once. And that's probably not true, but who knows? Maybe every single big celebrity is dealing with legal battles behind the scenes. We wouldn't know. So this is the These Nuts brand right here, the original one. It's a normal nut brand in Florida where they sell actual nuts, not chocolate bar, that horrible snack that people eat for some weird reason. I think nuts are absolutely terrible. And the owner of that brand decided to sue Mr. Beast over the name of it. Since his argument is that his version of These Nuts existed way before Mr. Beast's chocolate brand came out, which is true. I'm pretty sure the original These Nuts ended up starting around like 2010 or 2012, somewhere around there. So his brand existed before Mr. Beast, and he just said that he owned that name and not this funny Mr. Beast guy, and he decided to sue for it. Now, when this news ended up first coming out, a lot of people were saying that it wasn't really that much of a big deal, mainly because they are two completely different categories of food. Obviously, Mr. Beast's chocolate bar is chocolate chocolate, and these nuts, the original one, are actual nuts. So a lot of people thought that maybe they can go and coexist and be perfectly fine with each other. Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of food brands that exist that kind of has similar names with other brands, but since they're in different categories, they're completely fine. But I guess the owner of these nuts didn't really think that way, and apparently that guy was right, because he ended up winning the lawsuit. Yeah, Mr. Beast ended up taking a big old L, and it seems like he's not going to be able to name his chocolate bar These Nuts anymore. So, I don't really know what's going to happen to that flavor. Now, I know there's a lot of people on Twitter saying that he's probably going to discontinue it, and we're not going to see that flavor anymore. I don't think that's going to happen. Mr. Beast is just probably going to have to change the name to something way more generic, like chocolate with nut in it. Or, Mr. Beast should take my name, Mr. Beast Huge Tasty Nuts. That will be a very good chocolate bar name, so you can go rip it open and then put Mr. Beast nuts in your mouth. Or just name it something like The Big Bust. Actually, that's an extremely good name. That's what you should go and name it. But this is just a pretty big loss for Mr. Beast, a very uncommon L, that he ended up losing one of his whole chocolate bar's name. Like a big marketing push ended up just getting taken away from him. So yeah, that sucks for Mr. Beast. And that is your brand new update of Goofy Mr. Beast drama that doesn't really do anything to improve your life, but now you know. Anyway, that's it. This is just something that I want to talk about. My name is Lua. You have a good day or night. See ya.